The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Two teams that came into the NFL together back in 1976. The Seahawks and Bucs are underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go now.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
No, they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
19 Tiger.
Smith going to go to the air first play. And his first look is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Now Geno on 1st down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To the air again, Smith. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And room there to work it inside the 25.
18
Smith on 3rd down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
50.
From the red zone now, Smith. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Will Dissly. An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks are on the board first here on the road in Tampa.
Just how they wanted to start this one, in the end zone on their first possession.
And that just happened. How about that play right there? As you said, opening possession, setting the tone for everything. Now I'm going to look forward a little bit now because everyone should be celebrating his catch in the end zone. The tight end gets a little bit of love. But if you're a receiver on the team, you should be thinking to yourself, boy, oh boy, things are going to open up the rest of the game if they have to focus on him as well.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10
at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw, it's Brady. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Dancing to his left. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Wait, set.
Again, it's Fournette. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Wait, set. Don't bandit.
From the 29, Brady. This is caught by Evans. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll give Fournette another crack. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point put through by Succop. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As this offense takes the field again, it's been a while since they've been out there. We just saw that long touchdown drive by the opposition. But remember, when this crew was out here last, Charles, they scored as well. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
From the 25 on second down, Smith, touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Jason Myers can kick off 4.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building it.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Tanner Muse with it.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That bumps us up to a 3-possession game here, and only in the second quarter, Charles. They're trying to put this game out of reach before we even hit the locker rooms for intermission.
What's even tougher is making up 3 possessions against a defense that can make impact plays like this. They don't have this game wrapped up quite yet, but 2 picks already, 1 to the house. I think it's fair to say they're headed in the right direction.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Jason Myers can kick off 4.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
And Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10
at the 20. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Miller in motion right. On 2nd and 10, Brady buying time to his left. Going deep this time for Miller. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
On second down, it's Walker. And he's got Rome. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker.
Six yards. And the Seahawks continue to pull away here in this first half. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing now is Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception.
Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is interception number 4 for him, Charles. 4 here in the first half alone, and they're already trailing by 4 possessions.
Makes me wonder, partner, do they just not have any confidence at all in the backup, or do they just have that much confidence in him? Able to throw 4 picks already, they're certainly hoping that he can turn things around and quickly.
Ready up.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
You know when I could tell this was going to end really badly? When he launched himself behind the line and made a beeline for the ball carrier. You get one of those tackling machines in the middle on your trail, things are normally ending pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
Okay.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Smith.
They'll set up the screen to Dallas.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They snap it to Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So just shy of midfield. They tried it. Didn't work out. What did you think?
I thought that they should have punted the ball away. Should have gotten rid of it and played defense with better field position. Look, I'm as aggressive as anyone wanting to go for it on offense, but in this situation, it doesn't.
First half.
I don't know that there's any risk. I mean, what's the reward for your risk here? I would not have done that. My only explanation is this coach, he may want to be up here in the booth with us. We may have a 3-man booth starting next week if he keeps up with those decisions.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. On the move to his left. Airing this one out for Evans. And now here is another interception.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's a defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
He'll find Metcalf, and he's out right at the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Smith on first down.
And he'll get this to his running back, DJ Dallas.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now a first down throw. It's Smith looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. 20. 5. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
So maybe some signs of life. Well, this is a defense. They've been all over the map here in this first half, but they're coming through with a big play.
And sometimes that one play is what you need. And it sounds overly simple, but this is a team that was close to being down and out before halftime. So to come back and return the interception for a touchdown, that's big.
Yeah, maybe it can serve, Charles, like you were alluding to, as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. We'll see. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And he'll go out of bounds all the way down inside the 35. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
72.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans. 50 yards. And the Buccaneers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. We were just saying off-air during halftime, could they mount a comeback, and how would it start? Well, it started in a hurry.
Yeah, they have to get back into the game, right? So if you're going to do that, you think to yourself, we need points right here on the opening drive. But even in their best game plan, did they expect it to be a one-play drive and put the points on the board? Probably not.
No, probably not, but they got it in a big way. Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back. Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. They find some open field here. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker
his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks take a 3-touchdown lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Buccaneers 21. Jason Myers will kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's...
He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his second touchdown of the night. And the Buccaneers are able to cut into that deficit. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Succop for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. So first and 10 now from the 30.
Past the 60, past the 60.
Up the middle, here's Walker. 155 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had his problems trying to keep him contained.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. First and 10 at the 45.
19-5.
Walker with another carry. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
11 yards there on a first down for Seattle.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a nice run there, going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 26.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a gain of a yard, and it's good enough for a Seattle first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Ready? 18 Cardinals. 70 Timberwolves.
Straight ahead, Walker. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw is Smith. And he wisely will throw that one away. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the posts.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Looking downfield for Jones. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. But they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, you know, they're still very much in the driver's seat, but the second half, this offense has not looked as crisp as the first half, and now with a touchdown that just happened against them, I don't know, things are a little more interesting right now.
And so often in games we talk about a defense picking up for their offense. I think in this case, this offense needs to pick up for their defense. Let them get some rest on the sidelines now since they just gave up a score. And as you noted, they need to get that crispness back from the first half. They need a big drive here.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Short throw to Dissly.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now it's Smith. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Smith now to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Now Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he gets it down to the 32. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Brady. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Brady. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go 10.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Down to a knee. Here goes Smith, and that should all but do it. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.